Hello, welcome back to RDLP. I'm your Prince of Play Solon. With me again, for I am Setsuna, is the professor of Chugonomics, Austin C. Howe.
Pleasure.
And when we last left off, I am Setsuna. We found Setsuna, and we were going to kill her. And then we didn't. We decided to not kill her.
What we need to do now is go back into this village and basically tell these people that we plan on joining them on this journey to the ritual sacrifice dealio. I wanted to point out a few things about this game. One, there's no time counter. This is JRPG. This is unacceptable.
There's no time counter in the main menu.
Two, we're going to play this like real veterans. Change that.
Wait, what does that mean? What did you just change? Battle mode to active?
This means that when... Hero's voice on? Okay.
Yeah, that's the sound effects that you hear when the... Hiya, hiya.
Okay, that's fine.
Right,
battle mode is when... Well, it explains it here. Basically, when you have it set to active, monsters will attack you even while you're picking commands. And I always feel strange that ATB games set themselves default to wait. And I understand why, because that's easier. But the flavor of ATB battle systems doesn't become apparent until you play them on the active mode.
Huh.
Okay. Because that's what makes them different from turn-based games, is that you don't have the time to think about what you want to do. Or rather, you do have the time to think about what you want to do, but you also have to be thinking and reacting. It adds an element of almost an element of execution to it, where you have to, it's like you might be doing something and coordinating a complex strategy, but then you need to reorient that strategy towards something else.
Okay. Okay, I'm following. And
also, since your monster will attack while you're doing stuff, it especially becomes apparent during like healing phases and things like that, where it's like, I need to like get these healing commands out as quickly as possible before the next attack comes in, because you won't just be able to do them patiently while the monster waits for you to finish inputting.
Does this literally make it harder because
yes, it does.
Enemies will be attacking more often?
Yes, it does, but it's the most subtle difficulty adjustment in the world.
Okay, I mean, I'll trust you. I figure you know what's best here. That's why you're here, or else I'd play it on my own.
Oh, whoops. I forgot. I didn't need to go here.
Yeah, you gotta go
back to
pick up your girlfriend and her girlfriend.
Right, yeah.
Gotta go pick up the girls of the city and tell the city, hey, we're cool now.
Hey, just because they're from the city doesn't mean they're gay.
I mean, but doesn't it?
I think it's, what is it, like less than 50% of American teenagers now identify as straight?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think straight teenagers are the minority. More like mine-bority. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, fuck you, straight teenagers.
Oh, God. That's not what I meant. Hey, we finally have, traded names. Which means that now we're not in a work relationship anymore. Now we can have a more personable relationship. It's not straight business anymore. All right, so we're going back. We're gonna go back to that dangum monument.
I like these cute little.
Oh, there's cute little sprites down there. Yeah, those are adorable.
I do appreciate the fact that since it's a silent protagonist, you have basically a mask over your face. I do appreciate the detail of that.
Hey, maybe he'll start talking once he takes that mask off.
I would die. I would lose my mind.
So if over the course of the last couple episodes, if you haven't seen it or noticed it, Austin C. Howe, the professor of Chugonomics and all things JRPG, does not like the silent protagonist. Despises it quite outright, saying that there are much more interesting things you could do with a voiced protagonist. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like her attacks. That's cool. She's straight up the Colette in Tales of Symphonia, who has the exact same chakram rings.
Right. Yeah, she's all right, it's locked. Not sure what to say about that. What were you saying earlier about the battle system stuff? Oh, I hate silent protagonists.
Yeah.
They blow.
I was setting you up to talk about silent protagonists more.
I just
Hey,
JRPGs
missed.
are great because, well, I would say that the primary greatness of the JRPG is that it's a system that is prime built for great storytelling. And
Just go around it.
a silent character is a waste of space. Like, there's really not a lot of other politeness ways to go about it. It's just like, all you're doing when you have a character who doesn't talk is you just have narrative space that isn't filled. It's like there's levels of depth here that could be achieved but aren't. Also, I have never believed in, and I have my new piece on D-Orbital today that will, where people can read about this. I just don't buy into the idea of a video game character being something that, I don't buy into the idea that a player can self-insert into a game at all. I mean, at least not into a digital video game. It makes a lot more sense in a tabletop role-playing game in that kind of scenario where literally everything that's happening is all in your imagination. But we have something like this, there's just too many textual layers between who we are and what's going on screen for us to actually be able to self-insert into this situation.
I can see that, and I see what you mean when you say that there's so many layers in between. Because we're even flowing in and out of combat spaces, and those are two completely different Setsunas to identify with. There are, because of how many systems are involved in a JRPG, there's no one-to-one relation between what your character is doing and what you are feeling while you're playing it.
Here's the other layer of it that I think is much more critical. When we have a self-insert it's a big difference between this and something like, Daggerfall or Western RPGs where you create your own character.
Okay.
And can choose your gender and race and, attributes and things like that, backstory, etc., etc. In this kind of game where you have a generic self-insert character, that generic self-insert character is almost universally male, masculine, tall, etc., etc. And so when we assume the self-insert, we assume certain things about who's playing the game and why they're playing it. And the other end result of that, so we have a game called I Am Setsuna where you don't fucking play as goddamn Setsuna.
For now.
True.
For now. Is there anything that says that we can't switch to Setsuna right now as the lead person in the party?
I'll see what we can do.
Maybe there's something we can do here. Or maybe there's a more constructive reason that they want Endir to be the lead person, at least for the story as it is right now.
And this was my critique of Final Fantasy X for a long time.
Hey, all right, we got Setsuna going. Let's talk about Setsuna first. So I was a sacrifice. I was chosen to give my life in the lands.
This is where when we just met her like an hour ago.
Flashback to that.
We're already doing flashbacks to like half an hour ago. Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
It's really not a good sign, frankly.
That's a red flag right there for me. Oh, that's a flashback to a completely different conversation.
No, that's what she asked us right then. Oh, wait.
No,
how long the beginning of the game.
Yeah, how long do you plan on staying inside this line of work? Okay, I'm fine with them wanting to juxtapose those two conversations while Setsuna's doing a prayer. So he's reflecting on this.
So there are two things I was going to say. This is my big critique of Final Fantasy. Oh, hold on a second.
No, it's still doing this. It's like I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting to meet you. Setsuna, this boy just falls in your lap and you're just falling all over him. For some reason, it's just the feeling I get. Okay. Yeah, you're cool, Setsuna.
So the thing is, I always felt in Final Fantasy X, and I was more convinced, I was convinced of his necessity this time I played the game, but I always thought for Final Fantasy X for a long time that we have this character who literally in the text of the game does not exist, who we're playing as, because there has to be some kind of male character for the people playing the game to play as, and all that sort of thing.
Right.
And it just doesn't add, actually...
Ooh, nice, one hit.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we could turn the sound down. You could just ask me. There we go. Sounds down.
So we have, we have a male character that male players can play as without feeling, offended about their gender roles or whatever. And the thing about it is just, I always felt like Yuna was the protagonist of that story. I still feel like she's probably the secondary protagonist of that story, but Final Fantasy X does do a lot more work to justify Titus as being the main character. Also, Titus is an actual person. So,
Right.
The other thing
voiced character.
Right, there's that. Although you never say his name because, of course, you get to name him for reasons that totally baffle me.
Hey, it was 2001. Like, that's just the way it went. There was a lot of, just a couple weird hand-me-downs, right?
But the other thing that I think is interesting...
Oh, by Setsuna, okay.
The other thing that I think is interesting and problematic, unfortunately, is that, like, we have this character Setsuna who... Oh, this is happening.
Whoa. They set that up while they were gone. Don't tell Setsuna. We're gonna set up a little thing for...
A little sacrifice thing.
A little sacrifice thing for the sacrifice girl.
Surprise sacrifice party. But we also have this character who they're supposed to be trying to give him textual flesh, by contrasting his mercenary, background with his objective of guarding this person rather than killing them, but also guarding them on the way to their death, and then also making them wonder, like, how long are they going to stay in this line of work, given how unethical, psychologically torturous, etc. It's like, that's the subtext we're already getting. But if all of this is bothering this character, why isn't he fucking talking?
Yeah, why doesn't he say that it bothers him? Or doesn't bother him?
Exactly. Why am I picking all of his dialogue? Why are you trying to, create subtext that I can ruin with my own dialogue choices?
Right. It seems non-committal.
Right.
It seems fake.
Bingo.
Yeah, all right. Let's dive right in. All right, so the departure ceremony is about to begin. Okay, so that's the departure ceremony. That's not like...
No, we're not going to kill her.
No, we're not going to straight up... This is not where the sacrifice happens. Aw, cute. Your whole city's here to send you off. You and your best friend and some dude. Aw, the toothless old man will be praying for your safety. Look after yourself. Passionate young man has had a crush on you.
Just in front of the whole village, Jesus.
I don't really know how to put this, but I hope you find happiness for the both of us.
That is the best rejection of all time.
Never forget you. Never forget you. Wish these people had names or something that was more of a relation to Setsuna than just some kind woman.
I do like the fact that they try.
Yeah. Was it Setsuna's
sister?
Sister or stepmom?
Something weird about that?
Because, like, this would be a very important, cool detail. Like, does Setsuna's dad remarry after the last... I mean, like...
Astounding.
Right?
The implications are astounding.
I'm just saying. Thanks, Dad. Bye, Dad. Unless this is literally their names. Like, Nice, I'm glad you married Nice Lady.
God.
I mean, there's already a lot of funny implications already, since we do know that Setsuna's mom did, like, have a child before her sacrificial run.
Yeah, that's interesting to me, because usually the way these things go is like the whole virginal deal, you know?
Right. Just saying, the timing on this means that either she's 10, or...
Fuck.
Like, her mom died while she was alive.
That's possible.
Which is also, like, that's a whole other thing, is that she had to see this happen once before. Or maybe her mom did it a while ago. A couple cycles ago or something.
I will say appreciate this. All the party members following me around.
Yeah! Another classy touch. We can pick apart the plot all day as far as where it is right now, because it's only just started.
It's just, I see signs of concern, but, it's just, But
I do like all these really
the other thing
nice
being,
touches.
Of course, that since I'm the JRPG guy, it's like it's my job to try and be as skeptical as possible, because I could just say, oh my god, it's an ATV battle system, I fucking love it.
That's me, yeah, you pointed at me. This guy. He also didn't save. But no, I know what you mean.